Why I switched from SiteGround to WPX Hosting. That's what we're talking about in this video. What's up, everybody? My name is David, websitecreativepro.com. So SiteGround and WPX Hosting, they are both fantastic web hosts. SiteGround is actually one of the only 3 recommended web hosts from WordPress, and they offer a fantastic introductory rate, and they are honestly one of the fastest and best overall web hosts that you can go with. But my main issue is twofold with them. Number one is their price. They have a great introductory price, but after that, their price gets really expensive. Looking at the price right now, their Go Geek plan is now $35 a month. And that's for websites that get up to 100,000 monthly visitors. So that's okay. Like if you have 2 websites that are getting like 40 and 40, and each of those websites making a few $1,000s a month, I can understand being on that plan. But the other issue that nobody ever talks about with SiteGround is that they do not like it when your website gets a spike in traffic from like a source like YouTube or Pinterest. That's the main issue with SiteGround. That's the second issue that I have. So like if you have a Pinterest pin and then all of a sudden your website gets a flood of traffic, SiteGround will disable your account if your hosting exceeds your plan. They're not flexible at all. Like Bluehost, for example, is a little bit more flexible if you get a spike or whatever. SiteGround's not. They'll just disable your account and ask you to upgrade, which could be very frustrating if you start having actual real success and you start getting real traffic to your websites. SiteGround is great for niche websites that get search traffic, and the traffic is very stable month to month, and you're looking for a web host that can provide excellent hosting for like a very stable website that's not going to have these wild spikes. And so if that's you, SiteGround is still a good option, but you know their price is quite expensive, and they don't really have like a middle option for people who have like medium-sized websites a little bit. Like their Grow Big is $20 a month for 25,000 monthly visitors. And that's kind of expensive because it's like I have multiple websites that are at that range, like 25,000 visitors, like about like 40,000, 50,000 page views. And so like I'm on WPX Hosting, I have multiple websites at that level, and I'm paying $20 for WPX Hosting. So it's like, why would I pay $20 to SiteGround to only have one website when I can pay WPX Hosting, have multiple websites at that level? And so in this video, let's jump into my laptop, and I want to take a quick look at WPX Hosting as well as SiteGround and compare the two a little bit. I'll show you the back end of my hosting account and just give you some practical advice, because I know like most web hosting review videos, they're all kind of nerding out a little bit, getting all these really technical details that most average users don't care about. Like, well, this is what people care about. How much does it cost? Is my website going to load fast? And is support good? And that's basically it. Those 3 things. So that's really what most average people don't care. People don't want to nerd out and go into like the databases and caching and all these other like advanced features that like people like, yeah, it's nice to have, but people just want to know those 3 primary things. Anyways, I'm starting to ramble. Let's jump into my laptop and compare these 2 right now. Welcome to my laptop. Let's begin. So this is WPX Hosting, and they have for 3 plans currently. So their business, professional, and their elite. Their business is their lowest plan, and it's the plan that I currently have. So it's $20.83 a month when you pay yearly upfront, or it's $24.99 a month if you want to pay month to month. I typically like to pay for my web hosting plans on a yearly basis, because like you get your domain name for a year, you get your web hosting for a year. Just makes everything, for an accounting perspective, makes everything just a lot easier to manage for me personally. So that's why I like to keep everything to a year-to-year plan. Okay, so with WPX Hosting, you get a lot of nice things. So you get a high-speed custom CDN. So WPX Hosting does come with their own specific cloud CDN, and unlimited site migrations and unlimited SSLs. But that's huge. That's a big deal for me as well. So like unlimited site migration. So if you're on Bluehost, for example, and you have like 2 websites and you want to move over to like the business plan, you can just go ahead, pay yearly, and then just contact them, open a ticket, and have them move the sites over, and they'll get to work and get that done as quickly as possible. Unlimited SSLs, that's a big deal too. I have another video on Hostinger, and Hostinger, like they say they offer free SSLs, but every web host now offers SSLs through something called Let's Encrypt. So this is what web hosts basically use, and this is fine for a majority of websites. Now the issue is that this needs to be renewed every 3 months, And so, when it says unlimited SSLs, that like what you want is you want your web host to take care of the SSL process. And I've had issues with SiteGround not doing that personally. Like I've had issues where like the invalid the SSL became invalid, and then I had to send a ticket and be like, hey, what happened? And they're like, well, it has to be renewed. Like, yeah, well, take care of that. It's part of my plan. Whereas I've never had an issue like that. Then staging area, 24/7 support, email, manual backups, DOS protection, uptime, 99.9% uptime guarantee, one-click WordPress installations, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. They're fantastic. They offer so much. Now, SiteGround's great too, because what makes SiteGround awesome is like, look at that. $5.99 a month for their introductory rate. Now I'm going to compare it to the Grow Big because their business plan over here is comparable to this plan because this is $19.99 a month, this is $20 a month, so it wouldn't be fair to compare these two plans. But anyways, with the premium features, you basically get we get site builder, not important because we're going to be using WordPress, free SSL and HTTPS. That's good. I did have a small issue, as I just mentioned, with them not taking care of the SSL certificates on time. Sometimes for some websites, they quickly resolved it once I created a ticket, but still it was a little bit annoying visiting one of my websites and then getting a big error message saying like this site is not secure, that sort of thing. Email accounts, CloudFlare CDN, daily backups, unmetered traffic, 30-day money back guarantee, and 24/7 support. Now, SiteGround and WPX Hosting both provide excellent support and excellent hosting, and this is why I like to promote SiteGround, because this introductory rate is so nice. Whereas like you take a look here, they don't offer an introductory rate. Like you got to pay $20 up front. So if you've never owned a website ever in your life, and like this is your first website that you're launching, you're crazy to go with WPX Hosting. They're too expensive. There is absolutely no reason you should be paying $20 a month for web hosting if it's your first website and you have no traffic. Like, you should go with Bluehost or you should go with SiteGround. And so if you go with SiteGround, lock in this low rate. Like, it's $5.95 a month, and this is $11.95 a month for their Go Geek plan. That's normally $34. Like, you can get the Go Geek plan and like just lock this in for 2 years, and then you have fantastic web hosting. And then your website grows. And then if you want to stick with SiteGround, you can, or if you want to pay to move, or you want to pay for a new web host and move over to WPX Hosting, they will take care of the migration from one web host to the other with no problem. Honestly, it's really up to you. I'm just trying to help you make a purchase decision. So that's just basically the reason why I moved over, because I just felt SiteGround was a little bit too expensive. I'm spending a little bit too much. I'm like, well, maybe something else is out there. And so that's why I gave WPX Hosting a shot, paid for their hosting, and I've been quite happy. Now let's take a look at the back end of WPX Hosting. Okay, so welcome to the client area of WPX Hosting. I'm going to just keep this section short and sweet. So there's not much to cover here because they are purposely have a minimal interface, which I really like. And if you ever need help with anything, you just contact support and they'll take care of it for you. It's really quite nice. You don't have to do things manually yourself. But anyways, this page, you have the service details, website, databases, email, FTP, edit DNS, file manager, backups, and WPX Cloud. WPX Cloud is WPX Hosting's own CDN service. So you could use Cloudflare if you want, but if you're with WPX Hosting, they have their own CDN service that you can take advantage of. Then backups, obviously they have, like I said in the beginning, they do backups for you, so you can restore your website at any time that you want, or you just contact their support and open a ticket and say like, hey, can you restore my website from a week ago, whatever, and they'll take care of it for you. Now, one little thing is to mention with the websites is that you are only allowed to have 5 websites on the business plan. So if you're someone who has like a lot of domain names and you want to have like one-page websites or domain names for different products or whatever, then WPX Hosting may not be ideal for you. It's ideal for people who have medium-sized websites that get traffic and make money, and they're looking to like upgrade a little bit from Bluehost and that sort of thing. So that's why I really like WPX Hosting. And so to install a website, to start a brand new website with WPX Hosting is so simple. You just go here and you click on Add a New Website. Now this light box pops up, you put in the domain name that you want to install, and then you just click on this install WordPress, install SSL certificate, and then you just create a username and password for WordPress, and then WPX Hosting takes care of everything, and it's done in like 5 minutes. It's fantastic. Now again, it's ideal for WordPress websites. So if you're someone who doesn't want to use WordPress, then maybe WPX hosting is not ideal for you. So, that's another thing to take, just be aware of, like who this host is for and who they're not. They're ideal for like content-oriented websites that get traffic and make money from advertising, selling products on Teachable, affiliate marketing with Amazon, those sorts of websites. WPX hosting is designed for that sort of thing. All right, so now if we just take a quick look at email, so you can have emails and you can just add an email box quickly and easily just by clicking this button. You can set up the name and email address that you want, and the use and the quota you can set here. So like right now this is set to unlimited, but if I, for example, I'll click on settings and let's see how I can adjust this. So if I want to like limit this instead of the available disk space in your hosting plan, what if I just like, no, I'd rather just limit it to 50 because I don't want my hosting plan to be gobbled up from spam email. So we'll just do like 50, and then we just click on submit, and then everything's saved and good to go. Now, last is service details. You have backups here, and then you can select a website to restore, and you can select the date and time where you want to restore the website from, and backups are done automatically by WPX hosting. Obviously you should do your own backups, of course, have it emailed to you just so you have your own backups for whatever reason, but it's nice to know that like WPX hosting does this for you already to make it quick and easy. So basically that is a nice broad overview of WPX hosting. They are a fantastic host for medium-sized websites. All right, that's it for my video on WPX hosting versus SiteGround, why I switched from SiteGround to WPX hosting. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.